Hello there. So an update, and it's an update with a change of direction from the last video. Um, so this is an article that I'd like to put up onto LinkedIn. So can crypto be decentralized if we need to write it down? Um, the reason why I came up with that is we kind of have, when we want to do anything in crypto, we have to have a wallet. If we're going to have a wallet that's actually decentralized, you can actually hold your cryptos in exchanges, but there's a lot of risks that come with that. But if we were going to go down the route of actually holding your own crypto, you hold it in wallets, you tend to have a seed phrase of different words, which can be up to 24 words. You put them in, and then you basically can have control of your wallet or not. If you do that, you tend to find that you're writing these down. So it's this sort of thing. It's board, pen, tree, other words. There's a list of 2,000 words that you can put in. You write them down. There's absolutely no way that you're going to remember 24 or even 12 of these. So that's it. You write them down, try and put them in a safe place, and then you can recover your crypto if you can get that. If anybody gets hold of the other seed spaces, they can just basically get in, take them from anywhere else. That's it. End of. It's got that danger about it, and I kind of don't like that. So I started it off rambling on about my times at Scarborough, going out and seeing things, and what I basically kind of thought about at the time was I was given these old mobile phones when I was there to program. They've made beautiful lists up. These people made absolutely fantastic lists of the contacts and the change of the contacts going throughout the years from the time that I saw them to the time that I saw them again. And then I was just presented with the mobile phones and I had to go and put all the contacts in the phones because I couldn't do it themselves. And this is kind of that technology we don't really use anymore now, but that was technology is difficult to use. People kind of don't use it. They're a little bit turned off by it. And then when we had other conversations around passwords, it was always, try and remember your passwords and the likes, and it was always around certain things. I was actually going to use a real world example, but maybe even compromising someone's password doing that. So I'm not going to. But taking that little thing and taking that little mnemonic forward a little bit, uh, let's say we've got a small child. You've got a small child, and you take them to the local primary school. You live in Littletown, and you take them to Littletown Primary. The child was born in 2017. That would be reasonable. 6-year-old child going to school now. And then maybe he's on your way back from school. You went shopping, so you got Tesco. So you got this little password there, Littletown Primary, 2017 Tesco. Um, if you're listening to me and you think about the story, maybe that will kind of go as a password that you can remember and the likes. Um, so okay, you get a password. And what I've done as well is because people who follow football teams, they're very, very meticulous about the fixtures and everything that they've got. People know this sort of thing. So I thought, well, okay, then let's see if I can find the first 26 games that a particular football team plays in a particular day, then get them dates, and then just tie the dates from that particular year to the football team, and you get an A to B in terms of a date that can be crunched through JavaScript to get a JavaScript number. You can crunch through another couple of things based around this name and this month that I'm talking about. So can you remember this? So let's just say Swindon Town. Swindon Town, let's see if we can remember that. Swindon's got this thing called the Magic Roundabout. You can Google it. It's very unique to Swindon. Nowhere else has got it. So if you can think of the Magic Roundabout, that was your football team. It turns out to be the Magic Roundabout is a town in England called Swindon. And I've just said 2010 because 20 and half of 20 is 10, and the big round numbers. Yeah, there's a year, there's something else. And a month of April, well, think of April showers. So if you got that, if you can remember that, don't write it down, just remember it. So can we remember Little Town Primary, 2027 in Tesco, Swindon Town, and 2010 with April. If we can remember that, don't write it down anywhere. You're good to go with this in terms of how I particularly want to do this. So, given that as an outline, I'll take that down for now. I'll not talk about that at this present moment in time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to concentrate on why I changed direction from the other stuff that I was working on, which is to do with the time protocol. So the time protocol is to from the Internet Money wallet, being able to claim the dividends that are paid through the Internet wallet if you don't want to go through the Internet wallet. And there was an opportunity for this to be something that kind of would work well. Trouble is the market in this ecosystem, which is the Pulse ecosystem, is not doing very well at the moment. I was hoping it might have went up. I was quite happy to wait for it, whilst Bitcoin Bitcoin wasn't doing so well. But most people know that that's taken off quite a lot. This ecosystem hasn't taken off with it. Unfortunately, I think it will do eventually, but there's a lot of time to waste, a lot of time to lose in the interim time. I do have savings, and you really do need things to start to pay sooner rather than later. So that being given in mind, I basically thought I'm going to change direction a little bit. This particular project, this is I am Cipher project. I've been working on it in terms of cards for quite a long time. I've been in the past going and putting up the first bits of work, a bit of discovery work, and building some stories and the likes. And recently, I've been doing some stuff on strengthening the actual algorithm, which I'll go into after I go through and demonstrate a little bit of what I mean with the algorithm. So basically what happens is you get the phrase that you are particularly wanting to work with. This time I've got Ipswich Town. It's 2005, the English Football League, and a nickname of name to test in terms of this test. I run this, go through to here, we will get a result in the cipher output. So I'm going to run the test. I run it in debug mode. Yeah, I'll run it in debug mode. It'll kind of go through it. I hit a couple of breakpoints where I was working. You're going through the different parts of the code. This will all be public code by the time it's ready. It's not public code now because of the fact that I didn't want to do that, because I wanted to see what was in here. I'll rerun that test and debug. Again, I'll concentrate a little bit on what I'm doing through all these different stages of it, and we'll go down there and we get the cipher output. So we've got a cipher output that comes out. This represents this word, and if you to look here, this is a decode part of the same word, and if you happen to know about the tests and the likes, you can see that you've got a test that will go through and pull there. Now, what you'll notice, or some of the sharper-eyed people will notice, is that these two particular strings are different. They actually are the same in terms of output, but they're different, and that is because of the way that the alphabets are created in the software. I'm going to go into more detail of it, but basically you do get different results each time, but the actual result that it will come through and do something with will be the same. So what I'll do is I'll just go and I'll copy that into the clipboard for now. Close that. Run through that test does indeed pass. You can see this little tick here. If you're not familiar, that actually says that test is happening and it's passing. So here we have a test with the same input parameters, or the same parameters in terms of everything. And there's the test that it's looking for. And given this particular word here, it will come and produce this, which is the same as this. I'm just going to run that test there. I'll run the test this time, and as that test runs, it does say that we get an output from the cipher as the expected result, which is the result there. So what I'll do is I'm going to go into here. I've got another test here. Another little anomaly that I'm going to point out before I do that is this is twice the number of characters of this. And this particular string is twice the number of characters of this particular word, which misses the boss out. That is a flaw in the security of this, is that you'll be able to work out how many characters you're looking for if I left it like this. So it's not fit for purpose as it stands at the moment. But I just point that out because when I go to actually how I'm going to harden the security of this in the future, that's relevant. So what I'll do is if I do that, no, I don't want to do that on that point because that's generating it. So on here, if I do that, go to here, I'm just going to modify this test a little bit. Get a row, lovely way the Studio does help you out. So but those that to kick off with, and that string that's in the clipboard, which is the string that this produced here, is kind of the input parameters. The programmers amongst you, especially the people that know C# will know exactly where I'm coming from here. Maybe it's even laughing at me a little bit in terms of the way I'm doing things, but I don't mind that at all. So do that, come over here, and I will copy you out. So if I copy that to there, yep, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that in there. Now, so we've basically now got the test. Instead of looking for this particular string here, which we were looking before, we're looking for the string, the output from the test that we first first used, yeah. So if I do that and run that, I'll debug the test rather than run the test, so we can basically, when it comes through to the yep, so we've got that, run through that. I'll F5 to actually go through as quick as I can. Got some results. That comes through, and I've F5 that. I didn't want to do that. Well done, John. I'll do it again. I'll debug the test. This time I'll put a breakpoint on there. I'll take that breakpoint off. I'll leave that breakpoint on there. Right, we'll run through the test. Going through again. And now we've got down here. So we've got the cipher output. When it allows me to see the output of the cipher. Sometimes Visual Studio can do this. It's evaluating the expression. It comes back. It's caught up. It's come there. But basically what's happened is it's been able to take the string that we had before, and it's been able to decipher that and put that out to our string that we've had before. So this is what the outside world can see. If it can crunch through the whole test, given the football team, the year, where the football team's from, and the name of the test, then you can get your C phrase back from that. Kind of demonstrating again, this is that it doesn't necessarily give you a string, the same string. They have a tremendous number of variations that you can get through this. I will go through this in the code later on when I harden the code. I don't particularly want anyone using this at this present moment in time, because if you to use it and the vulnerabilities in the code that I haven't had chance to check, I don't particularly want you losing your C phrases through that. And I don't feel as if I'm at the position to guarantee that in any way, shape, or form now. So I'm only demonstrating that for this particular purpose as it stands at the moment. But there's a fair bit of work that's gone on to get to that point in the code, and that gives a bit of an idea of kind of where it's going from. So this particular one is one I'm working on at the moment. This is that I'm looking at there. So we've got the seed phrases. I suppose I should be able to bring the seed phrases up, but you're going to have to take my word for it. Out the 2000, well, you don't have to take my word for it. Just go and have a look at the seed phrases lists. You can find them on the internet because they are 2000 and they're always the same. But the smallest words that you're looking for are three-letter words, and the largest ones are 8-letter words. So we've got 24 words, so possible 24 words, and we've got 8 letters. So what I wanted to do was to guarantee that we get this 384. So we're going to backfill the numbers so that they've always got the same size string in all times. Basically, I've got this 500 letter word. I can be reformatting that to get it so that it fits into this blocks at the bottom. But basically what I'm saying is I'm going to be adding in other words into this whole thing so that it doesn't kind of allow you to get to be able to work things. Even if you could work the cipher out, which I'm hoping you can't work the cipher out, or I'm surmising you can't, I need to run tests. But you're going to have more words there than that's what's in there. So you can use them. We've got the splitting of the words. We're going to make sure every word is 8 characters by randomly adding characters to the end of the not 8 words. But it will go back and it'll find out whether or not that is actually a valid word that it's looking for. It does have in the algorithm the ability to go and look at that. That's already in there. So we can have different lengths up to 24 words, 24 word seed words phrases. So you could have a seed phrase that's typically 12 and 24. We could even have a 6-word for a seed phrase, but they'll be able to be put in here, and the algorithm that we've got is it's going to be the same size string. If not, whatever, we'll be able to pick from there using the data that's in the system to go and find that particular word. With 96 non-used numbers. So we've got a set of 7 words. I think that's actually wrong at this present moment. I think it is 7 words that you've got that you can add to it. So it will be 24 and 7, that's 31. It's actually 6. So we're going to get the outputs to the power of 8 to make sure the first and the last numbers are generated from that, well, not random numbers from the seed word and password that are kind of going through. And we need to know how many words we want and find out the sequences. So in part of this, we do generate a number between 1 and 72 based on the username and the month. For an algorithm, so that there's 30 different ways. So every 274 is going to return a position in that particular string. So you've got the 30 positions in the string, so that if you had 240, say you had 2,400, you'll be 10th position in there, and that's to be the 10th word, and then we put in a word to identify whether you were 12th, 6th in that particular position. And then we'll go back and we're going to go through each one, and we will be putting them words in the string based on that. This bit here. It's based on where it is in terms of your number. So if you had a 100, it turned out to be 100, you'd be adding 100 each time to go through the particular text, and you'll be putting these words in that particular order. So the order of the words, even if you could break them out, which I'm hoping you can't break them out, you wouldn't get them in the right order. You've got to put these things back in the right order. So you need the passwords, and you need the password and the month in that particular instance to get to see that, to be able to break that back and to put that in. So no password, you don't get anything. So that quickly kind of runs through this. I'll scroll through it slowly if you want to actually take a bit more of a look at it. So yes, I will now, if I can, I will duplicate that, and then inside here, if I go to Mr. Gunn, So mrgun.io, this is the site that I put together and the likes, and it happily goes and tells you about what I want to do in terms of the crypto dividend stocks, what I'd like to do. But as I explained earlier, the market's got to take off a bit for this to become viable. You know, have to pay the bills. I believe the market will take off in the likes. Everything I do comes from the good people, or I'm following the good people from the Internet Money Wallet. The Internet Money Wallet, this is a place that I use and I recommend anybody use to basically store and hold your cryptos. I do have the particular wallet here that I've got and the likes. I don't actually have anything in there, but I'm not kind of going to go and show you that. But you can basically get into the Internet Money Wallet there, go and manage your cryptos. But inside there, there are keys, the same phrase that you got to put up there. That is why you basically have to hold your cryptos in them keys. Yep, tokens. The time dividend is the one that pays the dividends from. If you want to invest in anything that I'm kind of putting forward, please have a look at the future time dividends and buy them. So as the work kind of goes, you can invest in that to say. I probably am going to have to look very shortly into the market in terms of going back as a software developer somewhere else where we are, unless things take off very quickly. That they may not. And then the development on these projects will kind of come to an end a bit. So if I go back to the time to the Mr. Gunn store, you've got here, you can go and look at various contracts. Just pick on that one randomly. So I'll copy that, put that into here. Basically on the PLS network, the time tokens started off at 2 billion tokens. There's a mechanism where these get burnt, so 278,000 of them have been burnt, and they're no longer available, so that tokens are actually in circulation falls with it. So your part of the pot goes down with that buy and burn function as the ecosystem starts to become more popular and starts to come up. These will start to go up. This particular address that's on the blockchain has 3.5 million time dividend tokens. They haven't claimed anything from there, and they have set there in the pots ready to claim 716,000 PLS tokens. That isn't a tremendous amount of money at the moment. If I was to go into Deck Screener, I look at this, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the reason why I have on the internet, on the Mr. Gunn site, this whole way of talking, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but basically you've got 3, 4s, 4, 8, 4, 8. So 3, 4s, 4, 8, 4, 8. We'll go into a calculator and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 4s, a 4, 8 and a 4, 8. And I'll times that by the amount that that particular account has got ready to claim, which is 716,794. So I'm timesing that by 716,794 equals, and that particular account has got the grand totals of $34.75. That's been in there since that particular owner has actually had these dividends. It's been about April, May time, I think, when you could then. So that's what's been earned on here. But as these zeros start to disappear, hopefully in the future, that will go up in the terms of the tens and the likes. And also, as the internet money wallet is actually used more, and there's more swaps, then the whole ecosystem will grow. These numbers will become bigger, and when these numbers become bigger, then I have my tokens in here. I can start to earn some money from that. I can start to get things going, and things hopefully will pick up from there. Right. So I've talked about that. I've talked about the very different platforms and the likes. Was I going to talk about? I did actually say that I'd come back to something. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I will come back to something. On the About page, I've got this code sharing licensing. So on particularly that code there, and all the code that I'm writing, I am interested if people would like to get in touch with me. Demo John, just for that, that's the name of my title. So that there, I've got the title of this particular comes in there. I've got a tooltip there. This will help you. I have showed this before, but I'm kind of going down there. So now you can go and get the tooltip that comes across it. A currency, so GB pounds, for example. So you got that as GB pounds, and this is kind of one of the things. If I actually now start to put in a number that is kind of more difficult to read. I was talking about the 4 zeros, so I've got 4 zeros and a 1. That comes up and it says it's times 4, 1. That gives you a bit. So that particular number is 4848. I think that kind of is a bit easier to read than the 4s, especially with the way crypto works. We start to add loads of different extra notes on the likes. And then on the other side is 100. I think that's easy to read. Thousands are easy to read. Then once we start getting to millions, it really is nice if you can kind of just say that you got a million, you got a billion, we've got a trillion, we've got a quadrillion, and not that it stops. It's just basically because what I'm not going above quadrillion, but it's just adding another name, a mnemonic to that file to do that. So yeah, thank you if you're still here for sticking with me. Work continues. How much I can continue with this going forward without something happening in terms of the wider markets. It would be great to one day wake up, look at this, and all these nice green candles, which are small amounts, kind of got to be larger. We had this one event in this ecosystem that was based on politics, that kind of did this. We were sort of ticking along at these sort of levels. Politics happened. It would be nice if this started to do this, if this started to move up to these sort of levels, and a bit above. I'd be in business, but I do need them to move up to the higher levels and things. I duplicate that and go into hex charts. Hex charts. So we've got this here, which is quite a longer time frame. You've got the whole history of hex going back the 4 years that it's been in existence. It looks pretty much like that going up and down. You really got to look at this at the log scale. So really speaking, in terms of where we are, we're here-ish in this sort of area in terms of what it's done in the past. Unfortunately, that's not moving up like that at all, but there's nothing to say that we're not kind of here. It might be a longer time frame. And then if this sort of uptick starts to happen, that's where we are now, that red line. But this ticked up and it ticked up. We got almost to the 50 cents level. And the volume that was coming in was quite high. The volume has been low since here, a lot to do with politics. I don't want to get involved in that, but politics is going on in terms of things. We got quite excited here, and then it moved back. But it'd be nice to think that this might start to go up here again. If it could sit in these kind of regions, we'd definitely be in business. But we kind of got to sit here and wait to see what happens. Right. Thank you very much for that.